that is going above, seeing the things from a higher vantage point. You cannot reach the kind of person that you're supposed to be without doing all of the mitzvot. And that this was pre-planned because God wanted us to reach a certain level, to be a certain type of person in the beginning of our existence. That's why it says Mount Sinai. Third approach. Why does the Torah have to be given on a mountain? Why didn't God just make a stadium and have this huge stadium? You know, the University of Michigan's got a stadium, it's called the Big House. It seats 110,000 people on a Saturday afternoon. And God could have built us an amphitheater for 3 million people. God's big enough. God's voice is strong enough. The action is engaging enough. Now, why did it have to be that there should be a mountain and God descends on that mountain? What's the purpose of Har Sinai? There are those who feel that the Torah is a means to reaching Olam Haba. That by studying of Torah, we get the tools and the merits to have the world to come. And in that process, it would appear that there's no purpose in the physical life at all. Physical life is only a means to an end. A place where there can be struggle, a place where there can be challenges for the individual. But ultimately, there's no purpose other than the challenge that it meets out to the soul. But there's no purpose to the body in and of itself, no purpose to the earth in and of itself, the purpose of the flowers and the trees and the sky and the stars and everything else that we see that's so magnificent. There's no purpose to that. Don't look at that. It has no meaning, no significance at all. And if it has significance, it's only meant for you to understand the beauty and the wisdom of the Creator. That's it. Along comes Hasidic doctrine and says the following. You make a mountain. You take the physical earth and you lift it up high as it can go. And when you have a mountain, the top of the mountain, God comes down to the top of that mountain. It teaches you the following. God wants you to change the physical, make the physical as high and as holy as you possibly can. Take the physical wealth that you have, take the abilities that you have, take all the success that you have, make a mountain out of it, and lift it up to the very skies for a higher purpose. And when you do that, God will come down on that mountain. God doesn't burn the mountain, destroy the mountain. The mountain is there. It's there permanently. The purpose of the mitzvot is to elevate the physical. It isn't just to give you Olam Haba, the world to come. It isn't just to give you insight. It isn't just to challenge you so that you can merit the divine grace, as Ramchal says, or Rabbi Moshe Chaim Luzzatto says. It isn't a place where you can appreciate God's wisdom, as Maimonides says. Most importantly, it's the place where you transform the material, the anti-holy, into the holy. Lift up the entire cosmos. Lift up your mundane. Lift up your sexuality. Lift up your instinct for eating. Lift up all your senses. Lift up all the things that you have. And bring them to God. And you know what? And then God will come down on that mountain. And that was the reason why the Torah connects the land. Because the land is the most physical thing that we have. It's a physical possession. And we're supposed to go ahead and sanctify that land and make the land experience the Shabbos. It isn't enough that you have the Shabbos. The land must have Shabbos. Shabbos must penetrate the land because the holiness has to come and transform this land as a vessel for God's revelation, not only for Sinai, but forever. That's the third river, my friend. That's the river of transformation. That's the river where you are empowered to become God's agents, to do what God wants, and to make this world into God's world.